Ever felt truly safe in your own home? After these two real-life horror stories, you might never feel the same again. Let's begin. They say your home is your safe space, but what if someone has been watching you for weeks? Maybe even months. I moved into a small rental house about 8 months ago. Nothing fancy, but cozy, private, safe, or so I thought. One Friday night, I had just finished a long day at work. I poured a glass of wine, turned on Netflix, and tried to relax. Around midnight, I heard something in the backyard. At first, I thought it was the wind, but then I heard it again, a faint, metallic clinking, like something brushing against the fence. Curious, I turned off the TV and walked to the back door. The porch light was out. All I saw was darkness, and then I noticed something. The gate that was always locked, was wide open. My heart sank. That lock had been broken for weeks. The only way to open it was from the inside. I shut the curtains, grabbed my phone, and called the police. As I waited on hold, I went upstairs to grab my charger. That's when I saw him. A man, standing in the middle of my backyard, staring right at my window. He didn't move. He just smiled. A wide, creepy, unnatural smile. I dropped to the floor, whispered to the operator that someone was in my yard. They told me to stay quiet, stay on the line, but as I crawled toward the bedroom door, I heard something that froze my blood, the sound of the sliding glass door opening, slowly. I knew I had locked that door. I know I did. I ran to the bathroom, locked the door, and grabbed the shower rod like a weapon. I could hear slow, heavy footsteps coming up the stairs, and then silence. The police arrived 6 minutes later, but to me, it felt like forever. The man was gone, but they found muddy footprints leading inside, and something else, something that still makes me sick. A note on my kitchen counter. It said, "I've been patient. Next time, I won't just watch." I moved out the next week, and to this day, they never found him. If you ever get a call from the hospital about a loved one, your first instinct is to rush there. But what if that call was a trap? This happened earlier this year. I had just moved back to my hometown to take care of my dad after surgery. One night, around 9 p.m., I was on the couch watching TV. Then my phone rang, a local number. A woman introduced herself as a nurse from the emergency department. She said my father had collapsed and was asking for me. She knew his name, his medical history, even his surgeon's name. I didn't doubt it for a second. I grabbed my keys, didn't even lock the door, and drove straight to the hospital. When I got there, the receptionist looked at me like I was crazy. She said no one by that name had been admitted. I called my dad. He picked up on the second ring, completely fine, sitting at home, watching TV. That's when it hit me. Someone lured me out of my house. I raced home, and the moment I walked inside, my stomach dropped. My living room was a disaster. My TV, laptop, and jewelry were gone. But that wasn't the worst part. They didn't just take valuables. They took family photos, prescription bottles, even my dad's medical documents. The cops said, whoever did this knew us well. They knew intimate details about my family. To this day, I have no idea who it was or why, and every time my phone rings at night, I hesitate before I answer.